We looked at a lot of different types of fishing games, and a lot of them are based particularly around just a setting like this, where you'll maybe load into a level and you'll be actually at the lakeside or a pond, wherever you're fishing. But in our game, we wanted to make it part of the adventure that you have to go and seek out where you want to go fishing, so it becomes like an adventure.
Explore this vast wilderness with different sort of biomes and different lakes and different places where they can go, so it's kind of more akin to like if they were going on a real-life fishing trip.
What we bring to the table is like a nice variety for the players to jump in and create their own rigs, and I think that's maybe one of the key things that fishermen do enjoy is like, you know, getting all the best gear and, you know, working out exactly what kind of tackle they need to target the fish that they're after. Ooh. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah. We got one. Yeah, that's my first fish ever.
Well done.
There you go.
Great effort.
Perfect timing.
We ended up being inspired by North America, Wyoming specifically, because it has that perfect balance of really varied biomes that we can have, along with a really good mixture of fish species to fight.
We managed to capture that feeling of being in a vast mountainous terrain, but with these pockets of places that you can go fishing.
There are so many iconic views around the world. Wherever you stand, there's always a vista or a point of interest which really catches your eye.
We wanted to give the player the opportunity to explore a vast territory and basically create their own experience in the world. It also allowed us to add in some narrative and lore to the world, so as you're exploring and taking in the sights, you can also find out a little bit of the history of the park and the reserve and the characters that we've populated it with.
We've got boats to drive on the waterways and the lakes, but we also have a 4x4 as well to get you across the more rugged terrain, let's say, at a bit more pace.
As nice as it is to walk in the world, it can get very boring very fast. So having the Jeep there was a good accessibility to allow the player to drive around the reserve a bit more, explore more within a shorter period.
You can customise the 4x4 with a few different liveries, and you can team up with friends and go on an adventure together.
A bunch of us had been fishing as kids with like parents and grandparents, but nobody really understood how technical it could actually be with all the physics and the different sort of technicalities in the fish AI and the way they spawn and the behaviours when they're caught on the lines.
I kind of thought you just have a rod and you throw it and you don't really realise like different types of fish need different types of bait, and it all kind of just melds into one.
Like massive appreciation for any angler who I can ask, like, how'd you catch a rainbow trout? And they tell me instantly. It's like, that's very, very, it's cool.
My appreciation has changed completely. I didn't know a great deal about fishing beforehand. I've got an 8-year-old now who wants to go fishing every weekend. It really has influenced not just me, but my family as well.
We went on a couple of recording trips to fishing lakes like these, just to try and get as much like feedback as possible. So like the fish jumping out of the water, all the different casting of the reels and the rods. I went to the Lake District, drove up and went up to like Coniston, Windermere, and tried to grab as much audio as possible. Unfortunately, we can't go to Wyoming. I've taken a few creative choices here and there to just add my own flavour to it. Because we've got such in-depth audio in terms of like ambiences and the fishing gameplay, we actually wanted to improve what we were calling the exploration state. So that A to B traveling in between fishing spots, or if you're going to like the outposts or something like that. Adding music just felt natural. The suggestion was made actually by Zam Williams, a technical sound designer. It just made the experience almost like a movie in a way. It was just sort of like you get engulfed in just the ambience, and then the music sort of comes in, and then you hear birds in the background. That A to B just needed a little something special, and I think we found it.
We've all kind of really put our heart and soul into this game, but I think every person on the team, we're not a big team. Everyone's brought something unique to the game. What have you individually brought to the game?
It's all about details and lighting and ambience. Everything from modelling the fish material correctly to then making the most glorious sunsets I could possibly manage.
I got tasked with bringing the world to life, which I mean has been a huge challenge. It's one of the key features that we definitely highlighted when we were fishing, was the fact that the location that you're at, you've obviously got the bird changes in the wind and the different water. We want to make sure that we're giving that information to the player as much as possible.
I think it's the communications, like tying together all the different feedback we get, not just from the community, but from like individual devs. It's been great because you learn so much more than if you were just testing by yourself. Everyone's got a whole bunch of great ideas.
If anything, that's probably one of the things I'm most proud of in this game, and that it's been a real team effort. Everyone's contributed at the same level. All right, chaps, I think it's time to head now. Let's make a move. Oh. Right. Smoothly does it.